78% of businesses finance their equipment, but most of them get the wrong deal and they don't find out until it's too late. Here's what nobody tells you about equipment financing. The rate you see is almost never the rate you pay. The lender your buddy recommends might not understand what you're buying, and the deal that looks cheapest up front can cost you tens of thousands more by the end. I'm going to walk you through 4 real scenarios, different industries, different equipment, different outcomes, same financing logic underneath all of them. Let's start with a machine shop. Small job shop in Baltimore, been running 3-axis work for years. They land a shot at aerospace contracts, but they need 5-axis capability. The machine is a $300,000 5-axis CNC. They can't pay cash. Most shops can't, so they lease it. $5,200 a month over 5 years. Now, that aerospace contract they landed, it's generating $50,000 a month in new revenue. That's almost a 10-to-1 return on the monthly payment. The machine pays for itself before the first quarter ends. And here's the part most people miss. Section 179 lets them deduct the full purchase price in year 1, even though they financed it. So the tax benefit hits immediately, not spread over 5 years. That's the case where it works. The math is obvious. Revenue is locked. The spread is massive. And the equipment creates capacity that didn't exist before. But here's where people get comfortable and stop paying attention. Same industry, different shop. A machinist on a forum leased a horizontal machining center. $6,400 a month, 5-year term, 7.9%, solid deal. Then he needed a coordinate measuring machine. Same lender quoted him 15%. He pushed back. They came down to 14, called it a special deal. That's not a special deal. That's the same lender betting you won't shop around because you're already in their system. But that's not even the worst part. Here's what kills people on equipment leases. Say you take a $150,000 lease at 10% over 60 months. That's about $3,187 a month. You decide to pay it off after 1 month because business is good. You owe $191,224, all 60 payments. That's a $43,000 prepayment penalty, 29% of the original amount. Most people never read that clause. It's buried on page 14 of the lease agreement. Same type of equipment, same industry, completely different outcome based on the terms you didn't read. The lesson here isn't don't lease. The lesson is know exactly what you're signing. Total payback amount, prepayment terms, buyout structure. If the lender won't give you those numbers in writing before you sign, that tells you everything you need to know. Now, flip industries, trucking. A guy named Brycey, real person, posted this on an owner-operator forum. He's got a 750 credit score, homeowner, 0 delinquencies, clean record. He's buying a 2004 Freightliner for $25,000. Yeah, not a lot of money. He gets quoted $4,600 down and 36 payments of $1,150. Run that math. 36 times $1,150 is $41,400 plus $4,600 down. He's paying $46,000 for a $25,000 truck. That's 27% interest. His response, and I'm quoting him, you could get a better rate from a loan shark. Ooh, the lender's answer has nothing to do with credit. It's you being a first-time owner-operator. That's the first-timer tax. The industry charges more because you don't have a track record, regardless of your actual credit profile. But here's the contrast. Another trucker on the same forum got a bank deal. 0 down, 7.25% interest. $1,085 a month for 3 years on a $35,000 truck. Same forum, same industry. One guy paid 27%, the other paid 7%. The difference wasn't credit. Both had good scores. The difference was knowing where to look and what to ask for. One more, and this one's the most expensive mistake I've seen documented. A 3-year-old aggregate crushing company in the Midwest, 15 employees. Family had decades of experience in the industry. They had a lucrative city contract to crush and sell limestone at $6 a ton. Solid business, real revenue, real contracts, but they couldn't get financed. Bank rejected them. Captive finance company rejected them. Meanwhile, and this is the number that matters, they were spending $30,000 a month renting a screen machine crusher, a track-mounted screening plant, and conveyors. $630,000 worth of equipment they were renting and would never own. $30,000 a month going up in smoke while they waited for someone to say yes. An independent lender finally looked at what banks wouldn't. Their experience, their contracts, and the revenue the equipment was already generating through rentals. Approved them. Converted all 3 machines from rentals to purchases. Cut their monthly cost substantially. Same business, same equipment, same revenue. The only thing that changed was who they asked. You're probably seeing the pattern. It's not about whether financing is good or bad. It's about whether the specific deal for the specific equipment, for the specific situation, makes mathematical sense. The Baltimore Machine Shop and the guy who got hit with a $43,000 prepayment penalty bought similar machines. One made money, one got trapped, same asset class, different terms. The numbers are going to be different for every situation. The equipment is different, the terms are different, the lender is different, but the logic never changes. What does it cost? What does it create? And is the spread worth it? Even if something goes wrong, if you can answer those 3 questions with real numbers, not feelings, you'll know whether to sign or walk away. If you can't answer them, you're not ready. That's the whole framework. 3 questions. Run the math on your situation. If it works on a napkin, it'll probably work in real life. If it doesn't, no amount of creative financing changes that.